So growing up, I always remember my mom shoving those Flintstone vitamins down my throat. We were always all about taking our vitamins, staying hydrated, little herbal hacks to things. And so that became a part of what I'm passionate about today, which is herbal healing. I do believe nature is medicine. It's funny how people like to say, oh, that's alternative medicine. No, baby, that's the original medicine. And I'm gonna tell you why. About 2 years ago, could be more, could be less, at the rate time is going, I can't keep up. My dad ended up in the emergency room, and it was then they found a mass on his liver. Apparently back then, he was in stage 4 liver failure, but we just didn't know it then. My dad was told he had this horrible cancer. My dad basically told he was dying unless he did all these treatments. Well, he did a lot of those treatments. At one point in time, he was on 4 different treatments at once. When my dad was doing all of those treatments, he got so weak that he could barely stand up. Most days I would visit, and he'd just be laid out on the bed. Some days, I didn't even think he was gonna make it to the end of that day. Then he ended up doing radiation in the hip. Alright, you're full of chemicals and you probably glow in the dark by now. After all of that, he does another scan and they're like, oh, well, you know what, the cancer spread. Oops, really nothing else we can do for you, I'm sorry, man. Oh, wait, but here's this pill. A pill so toxic, you gotta wear gloves to handle it, but you're expected to ingest it? The math ain't mathin'. Make it make sense. I'm sure those of you with medical degrees could probably explain away on that one. And this isn't to knock anybody in the nursing field or doctors or anything like that. There's a few good people out there, but they are few far in between. For those of you that are genuine doctors and nurses and that actually care about the well-being of other people, thank you. This video is not to bash you in any sort of way. You can believe whatever you want to believe. You can sit up here and call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm just looking at facts. And by facts, I don't mean I'm reading some biased article. I'm not into that. I'm up here to tell you today, I've seen the effects of chemo, and I've seen the effects of a holistic treatment that he is currently on. And I must say, there's a huge difference. Needless to say, he did not take the pill. Since being 6 months off of those chemo treatments, and probably about 3 months into a holistic one, I have noticed a huge change. His appetite is way better. His color even came back. Keep in mind, he was green, by the way. He was even evaluated the other day, and the nurse was like, dude, your eyes, the color is coming back. I drove up the other day to visit my parents, and my dad apparently was outside tinkering in his tool desk. That hasn't happened in like 2.5 years. And then the other day I was over there visiting, and I went to the bathroom and I overheard a familiar sound coming from the computer room. One of our favorite computer games that we used to always play before he got sick. And he was back there just playing. I was like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm killing zombies. Alright, cool. Hey, for those of you that like Left 4 Dead 2, we need more people, alright? We need some people to help us out because we are getting our butts ate by zombies, okay? I'm not up here to convince anybody of anything today, but this is just my story. This is the stuff that I see, okay? I see a lot of people around me that have cancer right now, and some of them worse than others. And what I can say is, my dad's particular case was pretty bad. And the chemo may have done a small bit of good, but it also did a lot of bad. A lot of what people don't realize is that stuff has long-term effects. Just because it's not affecting you this minute doesn't mean it's not going to. And at some point, you're stuck between picking the lesser of the two evils. But my words of encouragement would be that there's other alternatives and there's other things out there. You don't have to accept what you don't want to accept, and you're not your diagnosis. Do not let the fear overtake you in those times of darkness. Isaiah 41:10 says, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. John 14:27 says, peace I leave you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. Throughout the time that my dad was in chemotherapy, going to these treatments at the hospital, he and my mom witnessed this man that was on, I don't know, a similar treatment, could have been the same thing, I don't know. Throughout all the sessions that they'd see this guy come in, he got weaker and weaker. So much so that they had to literally lift him out of his wheelchair when he didn't even have a wheelchair to begin with when he came in the first time. You know, sometimes when we pray for God to fix our problems and fix our situation, you think, oh, he's gonna do it like that, right? That's how he should do it. It's just gonna be boom. It's not like that. But what he does do is put the right people in your path for you to help yourself. And what God did was stick a holistic doctor in my dad's path and some people from some other countries with different types of medicine in my dad's path. And it gave him the clarity and the answers that he needed to currently treat himself. And guess what? I believe it's working. I'm not going to stand up here today and tell you I have the cure for your ailments. Well, what I will say is there is information out there, the right information out there, that could possibly help you in greater ways than you think. There's a huge difference from the bedridden person that I saw last year to the person that's up and moving around and has an appetite and has energy, and we're back playing games and he's back playing with his toolkits. Oh, by the way, he's shooting guns and target practicing. And yeah, he's still good. I personally believe that this treatment is reversing a lot of the effects, a lot of the cancer, maybe even a lot of the damage caused by the chemo. I'm just grateful that he exceeded all of the expectations of every single doctor that said he was gonna die way earlier. And obviously he's still here, so hey, it's called a practice for a reason, right? I will never underestimate the power of prayer. I will never underestimate the power of God, and I will never underestimate the power of those two combined. Whether my dad fully recovers or not, it's truly not for me to say, but I am grateful to have had him this long, and I'm only looking forward to things going up from here, man. I still believe in miracles, so I would like to thank each and every single one of you that have prayed for my family, prayed for me, stepped in any sort of way to help out. Thank you so much. We truly do appreciate it. If anything, this treatment is giving him a much better quality of life, and it's nice to have my dad back. It really is.